This is episode 2139 of the Daily Meditation Podcast. Welcome. I'm Mary Meckley, and you are getting ready to give yourself a little more peace, energy, and clarity with a little twist. We are exploring the theme of confidence this week. In each episode, you're going to discover a meditation technique to help you experience more inner confidence. When you feel more confident about yourself, you begin to trust the process of life. You begin to trust others more and to trust what's going on in the world, even when things don't always seem to make the best sense. In today's episode, you are going to be guided using an affirmation in your meditation. I know many of you listen to the podcast as you go about your day doing errands. It's all good. However you choose to do these techniques is perfect. It took me a while, about 2 years of doing some kind of slow down ritual before I really felt ready to sit and meditate. I was living in Japan and I was studying a lot of these ancient arts, but I just didn't enjoy the process of meditating. But you get to the point where you want to feel that inner stillness. Honor wherever you are. And in yesterday's episode, you did just that. You began to allow your imperfections and those insecurities you feel to acknowledge them and to allow them. To know they're there and that it's okay. I want to share that this episode is sponsored by the Sip and Om meditation app of full 30-minute guided meditations. So if you're to the point where you'd like a little more and you would like some guidance, you can try the Sip and Om meditation app free for a week and see how you like it. You receive a guide and a journal with all the techniques and a daily reflection question. And so it really takes you into a deeper journey. I want to acknowledge those of you who have left a review. I really appreciate your feedback, and please let me know how to reach out to you because we're not able to reply to reviews. So if you leave your email or your name, even your name, and you can tell me what you do, and you can even mention your business, your website, your podcast, and I'll mention it here because I think it's time we all get to know each other. So I'd love to introduce you to the other meditators. I want to share with you one of my favorite quotes. It's by Napoleon Hill, who wrote the classic Think and Grow Rich. He also wrote another lesser known book called Outwitting the Devil. And that's kind of what you're doing this week as you focus on confidence. And I want to mention to you that as you go through this week's series, you're going to be exploring a letter every day that represents the focus for the day. And it's following the acronym BELIEVE, B-E-L-I-E-V-E. So yesterday was B for believe, and today is E for effort. So your Believe quest is all about that. It's all about putting forth effort that is going to stretch you out of your comfort zone a little more so that you become more comfortable with feeling uncomfortable. So you don't have to show up perfectly. You just simply have to show up. So put forth some effort to stretch out of your comfort zone. I want to share that last year at this time, I was going through yoga teacher training, and that was such a hard experience for me because I happened to be with just a small group of people who were also receiving their teacher training, and they were really competitive, which was unusual because we were becoming certified in yoga, which is union. But for whatever reason, this group of people came together, and I was not very good in the class. In fact, I hadn't studied much before I showed up because we were going to learn while we were there at the school. But the other people had studied. They knew the different yoga alignment and postures really well. And I had learned so many of these ancient arts from my teachers in Asia, where they were really a sensei or a guide. And there wasn't a book. In fact, they didn't allow books or note-taking because they wanted us to absorb the experience from one heart to another. Because we can have all the book knowledge or theory without really experiencing the full journey from a complete beginner's mind to improving, to failing, to moving forward, this whole process. So when I would be paired with people and we would practice the different postures together, sometimes the people would just tell me, hey, that was terrible. And I remember in particular this one guy that I was practicing with. He was so disgusted by me that I didn't have every single pose memorized during our practice session. And I remember looking at him and telling him, I'm doing my best. This is what I can do right now, right here in this class. This is a process. We're not required to know every single thing right now. We're supposed to learn it a little at a time because we're students. And he just looked at me and said, yeah, okay. So it was interesting that at the very end of our training, we had to give our final graded yoga class where we put everything together that we'd been learning the whole time. And it should be a nice, seamless flow. And this was in a group of people, which included the instructors as well as students, as well as the other participants in the yoga teacher training program. So I did my presentation and I had the best time. It flowed very nicely. I enjoyed it, and I hope the students did too. They said they did. But this guy who had been so harsh with me, he forgot some of the major poses he was supposed to show, the alignment, the flow, and he was really nervous. I felt great compassion for him because I know he felt pretty confident previously throughout the course, and then to go up there and have the graded session be such a flop, I know he was disappointed. But I think that has to do with knowing where you are and honoring that, not trying to pretend that you're someone else or that your life is better than it actually is. Just know that maybe you're going through a time where you're struggling and honor it. There's no shame, there's no blame, but respect what you're going through. And then it will come together in time as you show up consistently. So this is what I would like you to reflect on as you settle yourself down to meditate with a straight spine and your eyes closed. I'll be guiding you through an affirmation. I believe in myself. Begin to notice the rhythm and flow of your breath. Feel your body begin to relax and focus on some part of your life where you do feel strong, where you are honoring where you are right now, knowing this is a process and you don't need to be anywhere other than where you are now or in any other way than how you are now. And out loud repeat, I believe in myself. I believe in myself. Now whisper it to yourself. I believe in myself. I believe in myself. And then silently repeat to yourself, I believe in myself. Take this reflection inward. This is your time right now. Honor the journey. You are so worth slowing down for.